final day of the 2021 championships. Roland-Garros resplendent in the Parisian sun under the blue skies. And it all comes down to two men, 18-time Grand Slam champion Novak Djokovic and Grand Slam finalist debutant Stefanos Tsitsipas. Welcome to Live at Roland-Garros, Sunday afternoon in the French capital, and delighted to be alongside once again Daniela Hanzikova. Danny, can you believe it is the final day of the 2021 championships?
We were just talking about Gigi. Where did these 2 weeks go? I mean, to me, it's been one of the most incredible Roland-Garros just because of all the different emotions we saw. We had fans in, we had night sessions, we had the best weather I ever remember coming here for more than 20 years. So it's been definitely a very special tournament.
And when you look at it, on one hand, we've got a guy in his 29th Grand Slam final, Novak Djokovic. On the other hand, someone in his first in Stefanos Tsitsipas. But you ask everyone, you talk to everyone, and they think it's going to be a lot closer than some of the stats may suggest.
Yeah, absolutely so. Just because of the level that Stefanos has been playing the last couple of weeks, obviously he has it all that it takes to win a slam. The biggest difference is Novak has been in those situations so many more times. So I feel like if Stefanos gets close and has the opportunity, say he's 2 sets to love or two sets to 1 up, and a break up. I mean, I can't even imagine what he would be going through in his head, where Novak has been in those kind of situations many more times.
He joked earlier in the year when he was in the quarantine bubble in Australia, Tsitsipas, and he was speaking to Roland-Garros.com, that sometimes against the big three, the only solution is saying a prayer and hoping for the best.
Well, yes, because that's when you look at all their stats. But if you look at his tennis, he definitely has it. I think it's a humble way to say that, and it's cool that he has so much respect for them. But the way he's been playing, I mean, he's playing so much better than last year here at Roland-Garros. So to me, one of the keys today actually will be the backhand. Who can change it up the line quicker will be able to dominate most of the points.
There's already a little bit of history between these two. It's an 8th meeting between them. We'll remember the semi-final that took place here last year. We cannot wait. It's the main event on the final day of the championships. Novak Djokovic against Stefanos Tsitsipas.
I've never believed and I've never really thought at what age that achievement might come.
I'm not the freshest guy right now, obviously. For him, it's a great achievement, but I'm sure he doesn't want to stop there.
Just have to be fresh, have to be feeling good. I'm grateful for every single match that I get to play, and I'm obviously just blessed that have the opportunity to play against the best and test myself.
I think he matured as a player a lot. Clay, arguably his best surface.
I'm looking forward to that challenge. I'm looking forward to bring my game to kind of step it up.
I know what I need to do. I'm hoping I can recharge my batteries as much as I can, because I'm going to need some power and energy for that one.
I'm looking forward on leaving my entire body on the court.
I have a feeling this is going to be good. Let's start with world number 1, Novak Djokovic. And we were talking a little bit earlier, Ad, in the office, and you were referring back to that semi-final against Nadal and saying how important that victory was for Djokovic.
To me, Gigi, winning against Rafa in the circumstances we saw that, you know, almost the evening session again, having the fans playing against Rafa in Paris, is for Novak, I think, just as important as the Grand Slam trophy. I mean, you know, having those standing ovations when the guys were coming on the court, Novak saying himself that it was one of the special moments he's ever had. So I feel like he's going to be able to use that momentum going into the finals, and, you know, not only being a favorite for the final just because of how many times he's been there before, but because of everything that happened 2 days ago against Rafa as well.
It's a full house for him training. And in terms of history, he's talking about records now. If he should win today, he'll become the first man in the open era to get them at least twice, each slam at least twice, and the 3rd man in history to do it.
Yeah, I mean, and Novak, it's all about the numbers. So if he's not motivated today, then he will never be. But I'm sure, you know, it's on his mind. Unlike maybe other players that kind of try to block it out, how much is on the line, he actually gets a lot of motivation out of that, breaking all the history scores and trying to be the best ever. So definitely, you know, it's maybe, like he said, a little bit more of a tired Novak by now because everything he's been through the last 14 days. But at the same time, there is so much on the line for him.
And for Stefanos Tsitsipas, his first Grand Slam final, he talks about building towards it, putting the blocks in place. But how much did that semi-final win take out of him, the actual getting to the final?
Yeah, I think with Stefanos, it's more the emotional energy that he spends so much because he's a new territory now going into the finals. And that, to me, is the biggest factor. Because as far as the pure tennis, I think both of them are at the same level. We saw it in the last match they played in Rome. There was so little between them. And I felt like he actually had the match. He did all the right things. So it will be very interesting how he can actually manage it emotionally more than anything today.
Now, also with us this afternoon is Eli. Eli, on Philippe Chatrier to set the scene for a little bit later, but before that, we have a presentation taking place.
Yeah, hi everybody, and yes, we have a presentation behind me. And again, Barbora Krejcikova on court with the winner's trophy in her hand. She has done the double here, winning singles and doubles at Roland-Garros. It hasn't happened in 21 years. Last one to do it was Mary Pierce. Last one to make the finals twice was Sara Errani in 2012, but she didn't win in singles against Maria Sharapova. She won in doubles against Vinci. So Krejcikova and Siniakova winning the doubles here for the second time. They beat Bethany Mattek-Sands, and Iga Swiatek, last year's champion, here in the doubles final. The stage is, then they're going to clear out the court, clean up the court, and get everything ready for the men's finals. But this court yesterday evening was also the scene for some amazing emotions when Nicolas Mahut and Pierre Hugerbert won the men's doubles versus Golubev and Bublik, the Kazakh pair. Very, very emotional win here. Very emotional moment on court. Philippe Chatrier, the crowd broke into an a cappella national anthem that was totally improvised. There was a lot of emotion. You felt that it was more than just a doubles team winning a title. It was a whole relief of a nation actually almost coming together during this little moment. Everybody was crying. I was crying. Everybody was crying. I can tell you, find somebody who hadn't dropped a tear at that moment. I don't think you'll find him. Anyways, right now the sun is shining hard on court Philippe Chatrier. The weather, as it has been during this whole tournament, is amazing. Most of the crowd is here. People are getting ready. It's going to be a hot one. It's probably going to be a long one, but it's going to be a good one for sure.
I don't know about you, Gigi, but I just feel like every time we are on air for the live at Roland-Garros, whether it's during the day or at night, Krejcikova is always on the court. Did she book the place for the last 14 days, whether it's singles, doubles, and yeah, what a tournament for her and what a tournament for the French guys in doubles. I mean, they bring so much energy that they are one of my favorites to follow, definitely.
Yeah, it is wonderful to see Barbora Krejcikova, and she goes back to being doubles #1 as well. Now, as a pairing, they won the junior title here together. As Eli mentioned, they won it in 2018. They've been to 4 finals this year. Now do you think, when's it going to sink in what she's done over the course of these 2 weeks? It's phenomenal.
I think by maybe yesterday and today, you know, she was still focused on the doubles, so she's still digesting everything. But surely by tomorrow morning, she must wake up and realize that, I mean, there was no one better in singles or doubles. I can't even imagine what that must feel like.
When you imagine, you wake up and you walk away from a Grand Slam, you won both the major trophies, you've gone back to #1 in doubles, and you cracked the top 20 in singles.
And the way she does it, it looks like, you know, you're like, yeah, I do this every week.
So easy, so straightforward. We know that Stefanos Tsitsipas, whatever happens here, he's going to get a career high of 4 in the world come Monday. Djokovic stays at #1, whatever happens. But interestingly to read that Tsitsipas last year reached out to Guga Kuerten to try and come on his coaching team. And he said, unfortunately, and we know the history he has here, unfortunately, we couldn't make it work. But he said, I can message him anytime, and I've been talking to him. And what invaluable advice could he give to him right now?
Well, like we said yesterday, a little bit the same. Maybe just to go out there, enjoy and relax. But it's so much harder said.
Unless you're Barbora Krejcikova.
Yeah, so maybe he should get inspired. He should give a call to Krejcikova, not to Guga, how to do that and how to... I think actually, honestly, jokes apart, she managed to get rid of the nerves, to get rid of the fact that it's the first time, you know, she's going after that first slam, and that's what Stefanos will need today, not to get the emotions involved. How to do that, I have no idea. But yeah, that's where Guga would be very valuable to advise Stefanos. Maybe they text each other. I mean, even a text from someone, you know, that has won Roland-Garros for 3 times, that's got to be like such a huge boost.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Now, this is time when we can actually hear from both players, and they're speaking about the challenge of facing each other, starting with the world #1.
I think I never lost to him on clay. I think we played three times on clay, but he's a different player this year. I think he has improved a lot. He has matured a lot. So it's going to be a tough one. His first finals, he will not have much to lose. You know, he's going to go for it. Hopefully, I'll be able to have energy, mental and physical energy to go into a great battle and get my hands on that trophy.
Well, obviously, you know, I left my best out there, and it was an amazing semi-final that I got to play against him last year. I think there's always ways to get better, and always ways to find something different in order to achieve a different result. And of course, that's the goal, and I'm optimized towards it.
So the applause we just heard was Novak Djokovic. I heard it behind us, making his way back. Following final training, there was a huge round of applause, Danny, for him as the 18-time Grand Slam. That's the other thing. Win today, and he's won behind Nadal and Federer.
No, like I said before, Gigi, there is so much on the line for Novak. And, you know, these are the moments everyone practices for. When you do your last training session, now he goes back, eats a little bit, cools down, and then starts to warm up and get ready for the finals. You know, those are the kind of the emotions, and that's what you train for as a tennis player. So exciting times, and what a day for both guys.
I'm going to give you a final chance to change your prediction, only because in question of the day, it was so close. And I thought maybe overnight you'd rethought, you'd want to sort of hedge your bets a little.
Gigi, you saw yesterday I was decisive right from the beginning of the show. I didn't even wait for the question of the day.
Good evening, Danny. Djokovic.
So pretty much I'm going to end up on the same note. Novak.
OK, right. So you got Danny's prediction. You can make yours now because it's nearly time for the talking to stop and for the players to take centre stage. Novak Djokovic against Stefanos Tsitsipas to be crowned the 2021 champion. Now for our final live at Roland-Garros, I hope you can join us around 45 minutes after the champion is crowned. But until later, enjoy the match.